Did you call bank? I call game.
If you want to buy cheap, reliable NBA 2K19 MT, go to dvdj.com and use my promo code PAC to get a 5% discount. What's up, Pac Nation? It is Pac here, and welcome to 2019, the first video of the brand new year. Before this video starts, join the Pac Nation. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. When I get there, we're gonna have this huge giveaway, so if you want to be a part of that, join the Pac Nation, and I'll give you more details when we're closer to that. So this video, I want to talk about players who had a new year, new me experience last year. Players that started off the season with a low rating or a less rating than they have now, and then they upgraded by a ton this year. I'm talking about every single team's best upgraded player of 2018. The only requirement is that you cannot be a 2018 and 2019 rookie, because how can you have a new year if you never started the year off in the NBA? Logic. All right, let's go. We're gonna start this video always at the Philadelphia 76ers, because that's what we always do, baby. Ben Simmons had himself an amazing 2018. He goes from an 83 overall to an 87, +4 for Ben Simmons, the most upgraded player on the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, Ben Simmons is only 21 years old, and the thing about him is that he was injured the first season. High expectations from him. People are comparing him to Magic Johnson. Super athletic, and he shows that he's a great facilitator, great scorer, great rebounder. He can't shoot threes yet, so that's probably going to be a focus for him in the next couple years. But besides that, he's been doing amazing for the Sixers. For the Milwaukee Bucks, it is my president, Malcolm Brogdon, from a 77 in the start of 2019, and now is an 82 overall in 2K19 now. 5+ overall for him. He was rookie of the year 2 years ago. Kind of started doing worse and then started doing really good again. The Bucks are a good team, and he's one of the best players on this team. Trying to help Giannis win a chip, maybe. For the Chicago Bulls, it has to be Markkanen. +6 from a 76 overall to an 82 overall. +6 for Larry Markkanen. Again, 21 years old. A lot of young players, as you're going to imagine. This guy came into the NBA, and honestly, I didn't expect him to do very good, but at this rate, he was the best player on the Bulls, but now that they have Zach LaVine, he's like right behind him, and that's a good sign. Only being 21 years old and being that good, they have a good future with Larry. Now it's Cleveland, right? They lose LeBron, so that means someone was gonna have to step up on this team, and I'm surprised it was Tristan Thompson, from a 75 now to an 81 overall. So Tristan Thompson had an interesting 2018. He cheats on his baby mama, loses LeBron, and yet still does amazing in the NBA in the prime of his career at 27 years old. Upgraded stats wise, rebounding wise, and defensively. He's not the best scorer on the team, but he's definitely one of the best defenders and rebounders on the team easily. +6 for Tristan Thompson. The next player, okay, if you were to look at all the Celtics player right now, you would have never guessed Marcus Morris was going to have the best 2018 out of all these players. Remember that Jason Tatum doesn't count because he was a rookie last season, so he doesn't count. But even then, the highest upgraded player was still Marcus Morris Sr. at +5 from a 75 to an 80 in this 2018 through 2019 year. Marcus Morris has been balling out for the Celtics team. Still considered the 5th best player on this team. In my opinion, he's playing better than Gordon Hayward. The game disagrees, but still, Marcus Morris has been one of the best scorers on this team, actually, and helping Kyrie Irving try to fight for an NBA Finals appearance. For the Clippers, it's only Tobias Harris, but I added someone else because I don't think that's fair. +5 for Tobias Harris from an 81 overall to an 86. After being traded, Tobias Harris has proven his worth for the Clippers, and I'm not sure if their record is still playoff worthy, but they've been fighting as one of the better teams in the West, surprisingly. And Tobias Harris has been leading that charge. There was always talk when he was on the Magic of whether or not he's going to be a superstar one day. And you know what? He might be playing like one, at least close to it, you know? +5 for him. And you know who else got a +5? Montrezl Harrell from 76 to 81 overall for him. Also having an amazing year this year. For the Grizzlies, even though they had a pretty good start to the season, there's only one player that's had a pretty good upgrade, and that is Marshawn Brooks from a 77 to a 73 overall for Marshawn. He's had himself a great year. Not the best player on this team. I believe he was called up from the G League or he was signed late in the season, but last year he was picked up super late, was averaging 20 points per game last season. He only played like 6 games, but still, that's a lot. And this season, not doing as good, obviously. Not getting 20 points per game, but he's doing good. He's definitely upgraded himself. For the Hawks, it is John Collins. not Phil Collins. +4 for John Collins. Someone had to be the best player on this team, and now that John Collins came back from injury, it's been him from a 78 to an 82. He had the same rating as Trae Young, and now he's solidified himself as the best player on this team. Now, for the Miami Heat, a pretty surprising player this year, Josh Richardson. Josh goes from a 74 to an 80 overall. That's the difference between being a bench player and one of the better players on the team. Right now, he's tied for the second best player on the team with Goran Dragic, and definitely has shown himself. I believe he's the scoring leader on the team. I believe so. That's a pretty big change for his year. Now for the Hornets, +3 for Kemba Walker this year. From an 86 to an 89, +3 for him. That's really, really good for Kemba. He even started the season playing out of his mind. Started to slow down a little bit, but still an 89 overall is pretty solid for him, and he might even make the playoffs with this not great team, let's be real. For the Jazz, even though they're not fighting for that playoff spot just yet, Donovan Mitchell was in the same situation this year. Remember, he was an 82 overall last year with the Jazz. Again, they weren't the best team in the West. They didn't look like they were going to make the playoffs, and Donovan Mitchell by himself dragged this team to the playoffs. It was amazing. Like, he had an explosive 2018, and I bet he's gonna do it again this next couple months. He's just gonna drag this team to the playoffs. Watch it happen. +4 for him from an 82 to an 86. Donovan Mitchell is the real deal. Spitta is the real deal. For the Kings, it's Mr. Eating Booty himself from a 75 to an 83 overall. +8 for Aaron Fox. Not bad for him. Easily the best player on the Kings right now. They look like they were going to make the playoffs. They're still kind of there, but I don't think it's going to happen for them. But De'Aaron Fox, already 20 years old, doing great so far for this season. And, well, this year, really. And it's kind of exciting to see these young guys starting to like get really good. The Kings have a pretty good future with Willie Cauley-Stein and Buddy Hield, and even Bogdanovich, so we shall see with them. Sadly for my Knicks, nothing really special. The most special player, or I guess the highest upgraded player, was not Alonzo Trier, but Damian Dotson. Damian Dotson goes +6 from a 68 overall to a 74 this year. Just crazy upgrade for him. He's starting to slow down again a little bit, but at the start of the year, he was putting up like 10 points per game. I'm excited to see if he ends up being as good as we kind of hope he is. For the Lakers, again, of all the rookies, or I guess young players for the Lakers, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, you would think they were the ones that had the best 2018, but really it was Josh Hart. He went from a 70 to a 77 overall. Summer League MVP right there. Had an amazing 2018 and is now the reason. He's one of the best scorers on this team, really. One of the biggest helps for LeBron in terms of scoring. He's the best three-point shooter on this team, probably. So that's great for Josh Hart. For the Magics, surprisingly, Terrence Ross had himself a great 2018. From 73 overall to 77, +4 for Terrence Ross. I didn't know he was 27. I thought he was older. He's in the prime of his career, even though he did better with the Raptors early on. He's doing pretty good so far with the Magic. For the Mavs, it was actually kind of hard to find someone, but it was actually Dwight Powell. You would think a team has been doing so well that everyone would be upgrading, but really it was only Dwight Powell. +3 for him from 73 to 76 overall for Dwight. I can't tell you much about Dwight. I know he's athletic and he does really good on my fantasy team. That's all I got for you. For the Nets, the whole team, dude, that whole team upgraded. Spencer Dinwiddie, Karis LeVert, but the one that upgraded the most was Jared Allen. From a 71 to an 80 overall. This guy, I had a good feeling about him when he came out of Texas, but dude, he's just exceeding everyone's expectations so far. Great defender, can score, rebound. I don't see any real hole in his game except for being a center in the NBA that doesn't need centers. But besides that, he's great, man. And if Karis LeVert was healthy, the Nets would probably be a playoff team. That's crazy to think about. For the amazing Nuggets, who have been one of the best teams in the NBA right now, Monte Morris. I didn't even know Monte Morris existed last year. And you know why? Because he was a 68 overall last season. Now he's a 77 overall. Talk about an upgrade. He had himself an amazing 2018. And who knows, if he keeps this up, he can be even better. Literally, this Nuggets team has a lot of people unhealthy, like Gary Harris, Isaiah Thomas, I know the rookie, Will Barton's injured, and also the rookie Michael Porter Jr. If everyone gets healthy, this team is going to be scary. For the Pacers, the second best player in my opinion is Domantas Sabonis, man. +2 for him. Really, this Pacers team didn't have anyone have a major 2018 upgrade change. From a 78 to an 80 overall, he was like, new year, new me. I'm going Goku mode. Now for the Pelicans, another huge surprise for me, Julius Randle, man. The Lakers should have never let him go because when he was on the Lakers, he was a 78 78 overall the same time last year. From a 78 to an 85 overall, +7 for Julius Randle, playing like the second best player on the Pelicans. No one's gonna be as good as Anthony Davis, but Julius Randle has been playing amazing. For the Pistons, believe it or not, no one besides Blake Griffin, he got a +1. Besides that, no one on this team got an upgrade. From an 86 to an 87, Blake Griffin gets a +1. And honestly, I still believe Blake Griffin should be at least tied with Andre Drummond. I'm surprised they haven't. He's been playing, in my opinion, like the best player on the team. Andre Drummond's great, but so is Blake Griffin. So that's what I think. For the Raptors, we've been talking about him all year. Pascal Siakam. The most upgraded player of 2018, from a 74 overall to an 84 overall for Pascal Siakam. Leeds literally went from a bench player to one of the best power forwards in the NBA in the span of honestly a couple months. Pascal Siakam is looking like the real freaking deal and is the reason why the Raptors are one of the best teams in the East. For this Rockets team that has not been doing as good as they should be, besides James Harden, the only player that got an upgrade was, wait for it, Daniel House, from a 65 to a 69 overall. And I don't know who Daniel House is. I'm sorry, Daniel House. Daniel House, you used to play for the Warriors, so you're an NBA champion, I'm assuming. So you're a happy guy. For Los Spurs, 74 to 77 overall, +3 for Davis Bertans. One of the, actually, I'm not sure if he has the highest field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage in the NBA, but I believe he does. He has been lights out in this league, in a league that believes 100% in 3-point shots. Davis Bertans has been balling out for them. Again, it's not the best scorer on the team, but still he's putting up good numbers for them, working hard for them, getting threes, and is the reason they're almost back into the playoffs. For these Suns that absolutely lost this trade, Kelly Oubre Jr. Is now on the Suns. He was on the Wizards. Kelly Oubre was a 75 at the start of the year, now is a 78, and he's only 22 years old. The prettiest dude in the NBA is going to be good. Is the league ready for that? Is your girlfriend ready for that? Hide your girlfriend. For the OKC Thunder, it is Nerlens Noel, from a 73 to a 78, +5 for Nerlens Noel. So the thing about Nerlens Noel is that he was with the Sixers, he did great, left with the Mavs, not doing good. He kind of wanted more money than he deserved, and then finally found a place with OKC and has been doing a pretty good job. He's revitalized his career, I think. Not the number one like center on this team, but still, I see him as like a poor man's DeAndre Jordan. And you know what? If that's his job and he's doing a good job of it, it's pretty good. He's only 24. We're acting like he's some old dude who's like washed up his career. 24 years old, 78 overall. That's good for Nerlens Noel. The Timberwolves, even if someone had a higher upgrade, I don't care. It is Derrick Rose. +4 for Derrick Rose. Can you imagine? 2K had him at a 77 overall last year. From a 77 now to an 81 with the Minnesota Timberwolves, playing like the second best. No, he is the second best player on this team. I think he deserves a higher rating. I think he should be like an 84 overall, but still, Derrick Rose is back. Like, it's a fact. He's just been playing amazing and had 50 points this year. 2018 was pretty good for Rose. The Blazers, I feel like I talk about Nurkic every episode, man. From an 78 to an 83, this guy, I swear, only gets better every time I talk about him. His rating goes up every time I talk about this dude. And he's only 23. Even though he looks older, but he's only 23 years old, keeps upgrading. He's a year older than me. That's crazy. He just keeps doing so good. I don't know enough about him, to be honest, but just the fact that he's the third best player in a team with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, that's a good sign. For the Warriors, I was actually pretty surprised how low Quinn Cook's rating was. He was a 67 overall, so +9 for Quinn Cook. 76 may not be the most impressive rating, but you know what, dude? He's tied for the 6th best player on the team. He's the 6th man of the team if you don't count Iggy. It really is Iggy. But Quinn Cook has been surprising everyone, and this 2018 was amazing for him, dude. And he's an NBA champion. We gotta give it to him. And finally, for the Wizards, it is Thomas Bryant, who was also on the Lakers, a player that also gets a major upgrade, a +5 upgrade for 68 to 73. The Lakers let go of 2 big players. They let go of Thomas Bryant and they let go of Julius Randle, who are now doing a good job. So the Lakers lost those players. They also picked up LeBron, but still, interesting to talk about. All right, y'all. That is the new year, new me players for NBA 2K19. What do you guys think? Did I miss anyone? Leave it in the comments below. Who is going to have an amazing 2019? What is your New Year's resolution? Leave it in the comments below. And if you like my channel, give it a sub. And I'll see you guys next time.
Did you call bank?